It is now 10 minutes after the hour. Now that Trump has secured the needed delegates to get the nomination, the question is, can he unite the various GOP factions into a coalition? Can Tea Party activists and neoconservatives gather behind the controversial billionaire? Well, Debbie Georgatos is a Dallas-Fort Worth attorney, conservative strategist, former Ted Cruz supporter, and an author who has written a book entitled Ladies, Can We Talk? Debbie, with all that said, what is your take on Trump's ability to unite the fractious Republican Party?
You know, at the end of the day, in the fall, I will not want to vote. I will want to make sure Hillary Clinton doesn't win. And so I think she's enough of a threat to conservatism that I will vote for Donald Trump. But there's a big difference between saying I'll pull the lever for Donald Trump and I will get active and work hard and promote him, and I'm not there yet.
Tell me about the book, Ladies, Can We Talk? What is the message there?
Urging women that conservative answers are better for women, they're better for everyone, women, men, low income, unlimited government. It's basically an argument for the conservative approach to government, and it blesses women and makes life better for them.
A lot of people buy into the message that conservatives are anti-women. How do you counter that messaging?
You know, it is very hard because the arguments that the left will offer quite often are just, we'll give you extended maternity leave, we'll force your employer to pay you maternity, we'll give you little gifts. And what conservatives are always trying to argue, and I try to argue on my radio show, is look at facts, look at data. All that ever happens in blue states and long-term cities run long-term by Democrats, economy's bad. When the economy's bad, it's bad for women. So I think that we have to, I try to argue to be a smarter voter. Don't fall for the anecdote and free gifts. Look at what they're really bringing you. I mean, there's a long pitch I've done on a radio show about how life is worse in blue states in every way for women. Income level, just everything you'd want is worse for women. Policies don't work.
We are talking to author and Dallas-Fort Worth attorney Debbie Georgatos. Debbie, what would it take for a former Cruz supporter like you, who does not want Hillary in office, to actively support Donald Trump instead of holding your nose and voting for him?
You know, I would like to see him stop doing things like he just did. He had a big rally going. There's a fabulous woman, Latino, Republican governor, and he took just a pointless, cheap shot at her. A lot of the things I don't like about him are that he doesn't have to be a statesman-like, a sober senator-like, but he's got to be more thoughtful of things he says. I think he's also got to talk more specifics about the things he'll do. For example, he promises, I'm going to bring jobs home, and all the jobs will come home. Well, every Republican has known for decades that this is a problem and you want to try to bring jobs back. He proposes things that will actually, I want him to make sense. He proposes things like tariffs that you can ask any economist will tell you will just end up hurting the American economy and American jobs. They don't work. And so I want him to seem more serious and offer more serious solutions than just slinging promises. That it seems it's a lot like what the left does, is make promises. Elect me, I'll bring all the jobs home. Can't do that.
Do you see that as part of the campaign in the coming months?
I do. I actually think Donald Trump is a smart person. He's a successful businessman. As he said many times, this will all be for naught if he loses. So I think he's going to try to figure out what it is he has to do to convey a more serious impression to actually smart, accomplished, professional women and everybody else too. He's going to get advice from people who are going to tell him, you know, you need to not stop taking a knock at the New Mexico governor for no good reason. You need to step up a little bit, and I think he will, because he wants to succeed. And I actually think as a president, I do think he'll beat Hillary. I think as a president, he, again, will want to be successful, so he will surround himself with people who will help him get to policies that work and answers that work. I think he'll come around. He's just been a very frustrating primary season candidate.
Debbie, thanks. Debbie Georgatos, a Dallas-Fort Worth attorney and conservative strategist. It is now 15 minutes after the hour.